When you work, work, and when you play, play, and don't get the two mixed up.
Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart, giving you all the tools you need to create an amazing real estate career. Led by top experts in the field, you'll learn how to sell more houses in less time while creating the life you want. Welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Mindset Monday. I'm Susan Johnson, and I'm here to host with you again on this Agent Power Huddle Mindset Monday. And I'm excited to have you with us. If you're logging on right now, love it if you turn those cameras on. It's always great to see you and get your energy coming through this Zoom call, which also is on podcast and on YouTube. And you can catch us in a lot of different ways now for Agent Power Huddle. So thanks for turning that camera on and keep them coming. So today I was inspired this weekend because I actually took the weekend off from working, which is, I don't know, maybe a lot of you do that a lot, but for me, I don't do that a lot. And I'll tell you, it was a wonderful experience this weekend, just having some time to re-energize and to spend some time with amazing people and my husband and just really rejuvenating. And so today I'm talking about optimum balance in your life and why it's so important, and how when you do take some time off and you actually can rejuvenate, how you can actually come back like I am today, pumped and ready to get into some serious momentum again with business and to continue to reach our goals and our dreams. And so today that's what we're talking about, creating optimum balance. And I'll start it out with a quote from Jim Rohn. He says, when you work, work, and when you play, play, and don't get the two mixed up. So, keep it going and make sure you're taking that time. The other reason why this inspired me, first of all, as I was on Friday, I spent time with Brent Conley, Jesse Zagorski, Mike Brown, a bunch of really great agents and brokers, and we went out on a catamaran cruise in the San Diego Bay. It was absolutely amazing. There were people from across the country that joined us, and it was just really exciting to unplug and just do some masterminding and some hanging out, And when I looked around at these people, they're all very busy and very productive, and all have huge goals that they work on all the time. And it was just nice to be able to see people unwind a little bit and take some time out. And that's why I wanted to have this focus today on Mindset Monday, because I can tell you, especially after leading several brokerages and meeting with a lot of really great agents, when I'm bringing them over to our brokerage and we'll start asking about what their needs and wants are in their business, and their businesses are thriving. But then I start asking more questions about their home life, and I start to see this breakdown. And I'm very authentic when I do these coaching sessions, because of the fact that, I've lived it myself. I've been that agent on the 24/7 treadmill. And some of you may really identify with this, where, your business might be booming and you may be moving and shaking in one area, and yet your home life may be suffering because you're not giving that attention there. And very nice to see you this morning, buddy. Good to have you with us. So feel free to unmute yourself and chime in on this conversation, because I feel like it's just that important. I use myself as an example. Many years ago, my business launched so strong, which I'm blessed with that happened, but it didn't come without a price. And that price was, my first marriage. That the home life suffers, that is not a success. Okay. So you may be successful in one area, but if it's suffering either in your relationships or in your health, it's just not a success. And so this weekend was so powerful, because spending all that time on Friday with these great people on this catamaran cruise and having lunch all together and everything. And then Saturday and Sunday, I just spent some real quality time with my husband, Pat, and we just, we went to a play together and we nourished our time. And so if I'm getting this message to you, it's really about, can you really create that optimal balance? And I believe you can, but it must be purposeful. It must be something we plan for. And there's a little system that I learned from this book called The Power of Focus. And actually, this is one of the first books I got in real estate 20 plus years ago, and I still revert back to it. Because the question is, are you enjoying a healthy, balanced lifestyle? Are you loving your work? Is your work giving you a financial fabulous return? But it also allowing you to pursue interests outside of work, to pursue time with your family? And that's a question I'm throwing out to you today. So a system I want to talk about is called Be Alert. Anybody heard of the Be Alert system? It's an acronym, of course. And the B first stands for a blueprint, because when you're alert, that means you're at the ready. Being alert means you're at the ready. You're mindful. You're using intelligence. You're on guard. You're conscious, and you're prepared. That's what alert stands for. If you look that up in the dictionary. What's opposite of alert is mindlessness, unpreparedness, being unconscious, off guard. That's not being alert. So when you have the choice, which you do, I want you to think about being alert. The B is a blueprint, the blueprint of your day. Do you just wake up in the morning, roll out of bed and say, what am I going to do today? Or do you actually have a plan? Are you thinking about it the day before? I'm sure you've heard this other than me, or, talking about, the night before. I mean, Sunday night, thinking about what's your Monday going to look like? Monday night, what's your Tuesday going to look like? And actually have a blueprint. My habit that I've had for many years is usually getting about around, 6:30 roughly, going down and having my coffee and starting my reading. That's my quiet time, not being bugged by emails and phone calls and all that kind of stuff. That is I call that hour of power. It could be working out. It could be whatever it takes. But start your day with something very powerful that's going to set you up for success. Be alert. Know what your day is going to look like and plan it out. And you'll get much more accomplishment, than just kind of winging it throughout the day. So your blueprint. You should also write it down. You should have it, in a calendar or, inked in some way so that you really stay focused on that. The power of focusing, getting things accomplished so you're not just having a day of being busy, but a day of being very purposeful and having that blueprint of how you're going to achieve and what you're going to achieve that day. All right. The A stands for action. Now, all this will lead you to the optimum balance because of having it played out and having the blueprint. The action is purposeful action, as I just mentioned. We can get ourselves so wrapped up in the busyness of busy and just, getting off track. And so when you have an action plan set in place for your day, you're going to find that your time is spent much more engaged, much more results oriented. And knowing what you're going to achieve at the end of that day, you can really make sure you can get off work earlier because you've got that time planned out for your day. And that's also helped me, by the way, spend more time at home. So usually when I'm able to wrap up my day where I used to go 8, 9 o'clock at night, just because I would be in my office or, working and not turning it off. That goes back to the balance of when you have it planned out in your blueprint, you know when to shut it off. Right? Okay, so the L on the Be Alert is learning, setting some time for learning. And that's, again, goes back to my morning routine or whatever it takes. It could be when you're driving and putting podcasts on in your car or, just listening and learning and taking an area of whatever you're wanting your growth to be and actually implementing something in your day that you're going to learn something new. You're going to learn something new. And if you didn't always time block this, it can get away from you. Sometime this week, someday this week, I'm going to get to. It's not going to happen. Right? And with this optimal balance that we're going for, again, that blueprint, laying it out in what your day is going to look like and scheduling that in, the accomplishment in and of itself will start to bring a relaxation over you. It's going to pump you up inside to keep moving forward, but it will also bring a relaxation in the sense that a gratification of accomplishment and letting yourself, take action in the areas that are the most important to you and get rid of all the other stuff. Again, feel free to unmute you. I know a lot of you guys probably have a lot to say about this stuff, so I'd love to hear some feedback. The E in the Be Alert system is exercise. Exercise is going to improve your sleep patterns. I was really having trouble sleeping for a while, and that's usually because my mind won't relax. We're going to get to that one next. But your energy levels, having high energy. That's a compliment I would get from a lot of people. Like, you have a lot of energy. I'm like, I do have a lot of energy. And that's, I started teaching group fitness at 16 years old. And, I need to get recertified because when COVID came up, my certification ran out. I need to recertify again. But I've been teaching I'm 59 for so many years. And it was an appointment, made me get to the gym and made me, and I, not that I have to be made to get to the gym, but I'll tell you that exercise put into a schedule made a difference, I know, in my life. So maybe that will be in yours if you need a buddy or something like that, whatever it takes to get you moving. It's going to increase your energy levels, decrease the stress, decrease the anxiety, help improve your posture, help improve your any digestive orders you might have, enhances your self-image. All of this comes together, folks. And you notice I go like this with my hands if you're watching visually, because it's about being in alignment, right? Give me a thumbs up or a yes if you get that. You cannot just do one thing. I'm talking about becoming in alignment in all these areas. So energy is one thing I've always been very blessed to say that, from probably all the activity I've done all these years, but I'll tell you one thing I've had difficulty with over the years, which is relaxation. That's the R in the B alert system, relaxation. And this weekend brought it to my attention, which is why we're talking about it today. Relaxation, when to recharge your battery. If you're like me with that high DI personality, or, you're going, everything should have been done yesterday and you just want to get results, we can get on that treadmill and burn out very quickly. We don't want to see the signs of that. When you take that relaxation time to unplug and spend some time with your family or friends, sometimes we'll have this guilt in the back of our mind. Well, I should be working this weekend. Have you ever had that? Oh my gosh, I should be doing something else. Well, I want to try to release you from that and really impact on you today on this Mindset Monday, that when you have this system in place of be alert, when you take those relaxation days, you're now going to find a sense of enjoyment, a sense of looking around saying, wow, all these people are busy. I'm the only one. But we're all able to finally unplug a little bit and realize the importance of the relationships that we have with our spouses and our family and our friends, and why taking that relaxation time, that downtime, is not only going to, help us in those relationships, but it's also going to recharge us and give us even that much more to give back when we set back into motion the next week. Make sense? Relaxation. One of the exercises I would use, and it may help you, hopefully, I know like at nighttime, one of my biggest things, and I know there's a lot of agents because I've talked about this before, that you'll be at nighttime and my husband, he'll fall asleep like that. And then crickets. And I'm looking at the ceiling going, why can't I fall asleep? What is my problem? Or I'll wake up and all of a sudden I'm looking and say, oh, great. And I'll get up in the middle of the night. And I don't know if that has ever happened to you. If it happens to you, usually it's not because I'm upset about something. It's simply because I can't shut my mind off. And my mind is going like this machine. And so I've had to learn some techniques. And Barry, I think you talked about this a little bit too, about learning some of the relaxation techniques. So feel free to jump in if you can. One of the things that I'll say to myself is, this is the quiet time. This is my time to relax. It's okay. And I give myself permission in my mind. I'm giving myself permission to relax now in the quiet time, to think about my body machine plugging into a charger, literally a charger, and refilling myself up with my energy, with my stamina, that I can give back more. Because if I'm depleted, trust me, it's not only going to hurt myself, it's going to hurt everybody around me, because that's my personality type. I love to be able to, give out. Hopefully, if you're seeing me, you're seeing some of the energy even coming through the screen to you. It's just who I am. And you know what? Odds are it's who you are too, because we tend to attract like quite a bit. So take that time and give yourself that permission to rejuvenate your soul. Meditation is a good way. I did yoga the other day. I wanted to go to a class. There was no class on the schedule at the gym. That at the time I was able to go. So you know what? I just turned a YouTube on, went into my living room, shut everything down, cooled and really cooled it down, and got myself into a nice yoga, just about 30, 45-minute yoga routine. Amazing how much that can rejuvenate you. So if you haven't, if you've been on that treadmill I want you to really think about this system here about being alert. That's the R. The T in alert, and we're going to have some dialogue here at the end. You can unmute yourself, is about thinking. Now, the thinking is not just having your mind randomly go in these, spirals of circles, loops, if I call them, but it's thinking about having some reflective thinking. If you're really implementing some of these things I'm talking about, that by the end of your day, take some time to think back about your day. How did it go for you? Did you actually accomplish those objectives you were setting out to that you set the night before or the morning of in your morning routine? Did you accomplish them? Did you do, and if you didn't, what held you back? What stopped you emotionally? What, rabbit trail did you go down instead of, and why did that happen? Do some reflective thinking. Or did it go, you know what? This was a good day. This is what I want to duplicate tomorrow. And you know what? I'm glad I took this time to unplug for a few minutes and think back on, gosh, how did this go? And what can I do better? Or what can I applaud myself for? Say, you know what? This is great. I'm going to go ahead and wake up tomorrow morning and do it again. And this is how we baby steps and we move ourselves and, milestones. And you can take, one step in front of the other, chunking, as, Anthony Robbins will say, one chunk, move it away, move it away. And after a while, you've moved that mountain, haven't we? By doing these kind of things, you're able to really start to have the balance because you're accomplishing the items you need to accomplish in a time frame that's much more reasonable, that allows you to now take the extra time you have to spend with the people that you love and the friends that you love and doing things that are going to bring you that balance. So think about that day, reflective thinking, take that mental snapshot of what that looked like for you. The Be Alert system is not to put you into overdrive. It's to actually create that optimal balance. That's what it's about. That's what it's for. And if you like systems, I know I do like systems. I don't building them. I just like to learn them and implement them. I get anxious myself when I have to start from square one and build it and think about it myself, which is why I read so much, which is why I go to other people in mastermind, because I'm like, somebody's done it before me. So if I'm having this issue of unplugging, how do I balance that? How do I do that? And this is where it came up to. And that's why this weekend was so powerful. Krista May sure came down. I missed her because I wasn't able to join them on Saturday. We had other plans, but some really great minds, really great masterminds, and spend some time and hang out with these people. Not just talking about business though, just really talking about your life. Spirituality, that's another area, if you want to get into spirituality and connecting with whatever that being is for you, that also will bring some center and some calmness and some peace for yourself in your life to be able to move forward. Would anybody like to join in and kind of give me some dialogue on what they do? I'd love to hear from you.
I'd love to talk to you about what you said. I need spot on. Correct in that I just had that experience yesterday where I deliberately forced myself to take a day off. I went to my girlfriend, but we didn't plan it. So it's, ended up feeling a little bit out of loose end after a while. Because, the day started with lots of momentum, lots of impetus. And then later on, because we didn't, establish a structure, it just sort of, I started working.
You did say you took some time off. You said it wasn't, John, I couldn't hear you completely clearly, but I heard most of it. You were saying you took the day off, but you really didn't plan it, and then you started back to work again later on, or did you actually enjoy that time? Or were you having that little voice in your mind going, gosh, I'm taking the time off, but I should be doing this? Where was that for you?
Well, because we didn't have any structure. So towards the end of the afternoon, towards the evening, we just sort of went a bit floppy. And so I thought, well, since we're not really doing anything, I just got back to work.
Okay. So the nice thing is you took some time. All right. Now, another thing is I don't want to sound contradictory about what I'm about to say, but listen, this is kind of cool too. Sometimes the spur of the moment, if you end up taking the day off, that can be some of the funnest things. Sometimes planning in advance, some things can be kind of stressful, but taking a day off and just being present in the moment. Even if you decide to go and do something, different, like I said, we haven't gone on a catamaran ride for a while. I mean, we even thought about, going next weekend, like on a hot air balloon ride or something. So it's going to be a pattern interrupt for your life. So now that you've taken that time, just really being present in the moment, saying, wow, enjoy this time. And instead of feeling the guilt, that is so common. And maybe it's not even guilt. The fact that, well, now what are we going to do? Well, come up with something different, try something new, that maybe you haven't done before. And, we got ourselves out to LA and went and saw a play at the Pantages. Now we actually love doing that, but we hadn't done it in a long time. COVID shut all those down. We went out earlier in the day instead of the last minute, and we actually went on a bus ride up into the Hollywood Hills and viewing the stars' homes. Now, it was just fun. It was just, something that was just a little out of the ordinary that we don't do all the time, but it broke the monotonous and the pattern interrupt to just be able to relax and enjoy each other. And so I applaud you for just taking the time and doing it and just, come up with something new and different. And it'll be great for the relationship too. Anybody else want to share? Come on, Jessica, Barry, Mike, you guys.
Hey, Susan. I love this topic here because it is something that I have, I've had to practice many of these areas because, again, as you started in the beginning, it's very easy to get caught into this go-getter mindset, and we're always on the grind of doing our business and being successful and reaching goals there, but we forget about our health. We forget about our physical health, our mental health, our family health. And so that is something that has no longer really have to practice. Now it has become more of a common aspect. And I'm fortunate that I have a wife that holds me accountable in regards to this, because when I get it, because I can get into that mode of, just go on real estate. And, she's there to kind of throttle me back a little bit. And again, help me to remember what's important, as far as family and my own health and things of that nature. And so that's been really kind of a common thread for 2024, where it's not, 2023, where it's not, solely focused on having the success in business. Honestly, I kind of feel like the business side is kind of on autopilot because I know the things that I'm supposed to be doing, but this being able to be successful just in the personal life and health and family and all those pieces, I'm excited for where I've gone in just the last 6-7 months of really focusing on that for this year.
I love hearing that. And this is why I wanted this topic today, because I really felt like I just know from working with so many agents over the years too, and doing it myself as an example, of how we get so in the grind of growing our business and business. Well, remember, your business funds your life. Okay. If you don't have, if all you're doing is working, what are you doing? Why are you doing it for? And I think it's it's easier said than done, the unplugging, and that's why I'm bringing this to the attention today. And like I said, as I sat on the catamaran that day, I'm like it was just so beautiful, and it was just an aha moment in the sense of just looking around, going, every person on this boat here today, every one of us have this personality. Because I know them all very well. This personality that we're all drivers. We were all just kicking it, relaxing, and enjoying life. And that is where I'm trying to, to get at. And it's amazing to me, especially as I've interviewed agents, they'll come into my office and we'll sit down and I'll ask them questions. And at first it's this great business, their businesses are thriving, everything is, wonderful. But then I'll start going deeper in the questions. And this is one of my coaches taught me years ago about, if you're swimming in an ocean, is a visual at the top of the ocean. Like, what do you see? And I'm like, some seaweed and some, and they goes, well, drive down a little deeper. What do you see? I'm like, oh, okay, there's a few fish around. He goes, well, go a little deeper. What else do you see? I'm seeing, well, I'm seeing some big fish, right? Now I'm seeing some, some colorful fish and all that. He goes, go even deeper than that. And then it's like, oh my gosh, go all the way to the bottom. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're seeing the treasure chest now. You're seeing, you see where I'm going with that is the deeper you go, the more that will surface and you'll start to see. And so when I'm with agents and I started asking more questions, I started going deeper. And some of them, it's, we'll find out things like you, Barry, where you've got your business now more, in autopilot. You're getting your systems in place there that you're feeling comfortable and confident. You're able to focus some time, which is what today's about, on now enriching and making sure that you have a very strong home life and, in your spirituality, physical relationships, that you're able to balance that all out versus being imbalanced, having a great business, but everything else is, suffering. And that would happen. I would see, agents would come in and I'd be talking, and all of a sudden, after a while, I've got tears streaming down people's faces going, wow, yeah, this is great, but wow, I've really neglected this area. And I'm going, I get that. I've been there, and it's not a good place to be at. So that's why I wanted to bring it to the forefront of, not feeling guilty about taking time off, but knowing that if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, that time off is enhancing and nourishing those relationships. John, with your girlfriend, is that what you said? You took the day off with, Barry, with your wife, with my husband, Eddie, with could be your kids, could be your grandkids. All right. Wherever it is, just yourself. Be just yourself. Maybe sometimes we're with everybody else all the time, and maybe we just need some time to ourselves. Thought about that? Time to just take a deep breath and say, what is it that I need to take care of myself? So like I said, plug that charger in that you can fill yourself up again. Some of you may have heard this. I'm going to hold it up, but if you're listening to us later, it's called the Wheel of Life. Have you ever heard of the Wheel of Life? Anyway, it's got these different areas on it where it says friends and family, significant other, personal growth, fun and learning, home environment, career, money, health. And what you do is it's got a 0 to 10, and you just kind of draw a circle of where you are. If you're at a 10 in your business right now or a 9 in your business, where are you with your friends and family? Is it down to a 2 or a 1? Are you up there an 8 or a 9 too? What about your health and fitness? Are you down in a 0 or 1? You're really successful, but maybe you need to lose some weight. You're not exercising. Your energy's real low. Where are you at in that? The whole idea is to try to get this circle be balanced all the way around and not going like these zigzags. And it's a good visual to see. You kind of score yourself. Where are you at in these areas? You can Google that, your wheel of life, and see what I'm talking about. And maybe do that exercise and you'll find out. It'll be a self-awareness to see, well, where am I in these areas? Financially, spiritually, health, family, friends, significant others, your personal growth, your home environment. And how can I come to an optimal balance with these? And look into that Be Alert system, and just, it's a very simple system to kind of keep in progress, as I mentioned before. And you can listen back to this little podcast again if you need some reminders of what that looks like. But I'll tell you, this optimal balance is really where you need to aspire to be, because being successful in just one area of your life, folks, is just not a success. It's not a success if your family or your friends or your financial or everything else is being sacrificed to gain that success in one area, or vice versa. Okay. I do know other people that their families, or they've got maybe some pressures at home that say, gosh, you can't work so much. And so they're like, well, family first. Well, understand, family is always first, God first, family first. And yet your business funds your family. So there does need to be a time where you need to say, okay, now it is time for my business. And this is what I mean by that blueprint. You can feel fully free to go, full drive into your business mode and make those things happen in the time frame you set it. And then when you go back to your family, shut that down and go full force into your being present with the moment of your family, your friends, and spirituality, and taking that time for yourself. I hope this has enhanced a little bit for your Monday, just to really start this Monday out and this week out with being alert and listen back to this if you need to refresh or pick up this book. It's an old one, but a great one. Like I said, I've got page marked in so many different pages called The Power of Focus. It's a section in this book, and read the whole thing. It's phenomenal. It's Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, and Les Hewitt, I guess is his name. So hope you had a fabulous day today, and you're launching this week, and you go forth with massive energy and powerful week. And this Mindset Monday launched it for you. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you next one.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.